on our agenda a resolution proclaiming February 2024 as Civil Grand Jury Awareness Month, and Supervisor Don Ortiz-Legg will read the resolution.
It's an honor to read this resolution recognizing February 2024 as Civil Grand Jury Awareness Month in San Luis Obispo County. Whereas grand juries have been in existence since the adoption of California's original Constitution, 1849 through 1850, and whereas every year in each of California's 58 counties, 19 ordinary citizens take an oath to voluntarily serve a term of 1 year as civil grand jurors. And whereas civil grand juries conduct their investigations under the auspices of the Supreme Court of California and have broad access to public officials, employees, records, and information. One of the most essential functions of a civil grand jury is to review the operations of the officers, departments, and agencies of local government. And whereas civil grand juries are charged with investigating and reporting on local governmental operations to assure that their responsibilities are being fulfilled legally, efficiently, honestly, and in the best interest of the public. Civil grand juries serve as a watchdog authority and are well suited to the effective investigation of local governments because they are independent bodies, operationally separate from the entities and the officials they investigate. And whereas the civil grand jury's fact-finding efforts result in reports that contain specific recommendations aimed at identifying problems and offering ways to improve government operations and enhance responsiveness. And whereas the demanding work done by civil grand juries has a great effect on our communities and makes California a better place to live. And whereas the reward of being a grand juror is the satisfaction received from collaborating with fellow residents and community members to improve local government for all. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the efforts of those jurors, both past and present, who have volunteered their time and service to the San Luis Obispo County Civil Grand Jury. Now, therefore, be it resolved and ordered that the Board of Supervisors of the County of San Luis Obispo, State of California, does hereby proclaim February 2024 as Civil Grand Jury Awareness Month.
Good morning. Thank you again for recognizing February as Civil Grand Jury Awareness Month. I'm Nancy Welts from the City of San Luis Obispo. I'm the San Luis Obispo County Chapter President of the California Grand Jurors Association. The current grand jury is working today, but with me I do have the foreperson, the pro tem, and we do have personnel from the Superior Court. And as you heard in the proclamation, each county in California does impanel a grand jury each year. This year we're stressing the civil function. Grand juries have always had two distinct functions, criminal and civil. The function of a criminal grand jury is to review indictments brought by the district attorney to determine if there's sufficient evidence to hold a trial. The civil grand jury is a function as a citizens watchdog group that investigates county, city, special district governments to ensure they're operating efficiently and administering citizen tax dollars appropriately. Evidence gathered in a grand jury investigation remains confidential unless it's included in a published report. It is through the report and response process that problems in government operations are brought to public's attention. When government entities implement the grand jury's recommendations, operations may be improved. Who is on a civil grand jury? There are statutory requirements to serve as a grand juror as shown on the slide, such as being a U.S. citizen, being at least 18 years old, having resided in our county for at least 1 year, and being proficient with the English language. But what types of people make competent grand jurors? Individuals who can take an unbiased, careful look at the way government works. We're looking for people who can volunteer approximately 20 hours each week of their time, people who enjoy investigations, research, and writing reports, people who bring with them an open mind and a strong work ethic. If you know anyone that's interested in collaborating with other people from diverse backgrounds, encourage them to apply to be on the grand jury. Applications can be found at the court website, www.slow.courts.ca.gov, and at Jury Services, room 224, across the street at the courthouse. The deadline to apply this year is Friday, April 12th, And lastly, I want to thank not only the County of San Luis Obispo, but the Superior Court of California for their continued support, assistance, and guidance. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you to everyone that's volunteered to serve on our grand jury here at the county. At this time, I'll open the floor to any additional public comments on this item. Don't have any requests up here to speak. Then we'll go to the board for comments. Supervisor Ortiz-Legg.
Yep, 20 hours a week and some really intense subject matter and trying to figure out and understand what's going on in a very complex world, even at a local level. And we really appreciate that attention and the care and the concern. And so thank you for serving, and we'll look for some more people because that takes quite a bit of time. Thank you.
Supervisor Gibson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do appreciate the thoughtful questions that have been asked, and I've had the pleasure to be interviewed by the grand jury. Appreciate you being there to fulfill an essential piece of governance. So wish you well on getting a new class in.
Supervisor Paulding.
I just want to say thank you for the critical role that you provide for our community and all the time that you put into it. Thanks.
Supervisor Bashan.
I just want to tell you, I have fun talking to you, so thank you very much. It's very smart people on the grand jury, and I really enjoy the give and take, so thank you.
And I too will thank you again. So thanks for being here, Nancy. With that, we're